Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm here with another video. Do all men think the same? You know, me being a man myself, I could probably give some pretty good insight to this video, so let's go. Absolutely. Everybody does. Come on now. Anybody who says they hasn't is lying, bro. Or they have at one point in their life. Maybe not
God.
now.
This is a good question. I like this.
It's just a normal
52%
thing to be
disagree.
worried about. Like when you're
Exactly.
growing up, like you're like, am I normal? You know, like
You know?
I hate this. I guess like when I was younger, I was like, whoa, is this normal?
Right.
Is this not? But like, eventually I was like, nah, I'm fine.
I feel like this whole conversation is just like bringing to my awareness how impressionable and like how much of our lives and our masculinity is defined by when we're kids. When everybody's like, oh, you gotta have a big dick, you gotta have a big dick. And all you see is like, only time you see a dick is on porn and it's like 14 inches. Then it's like, well, mine doesn't
Bro,
look
he
like
not
that.
lying.
Then of course you're gonna like start thinking about it versus,
I'm actually changing my answer.
Oh, they all switch it now. They all switch it
Oh.
now. It's like everybody has at one point, even if they don't anymore. Bro, there was a time when you did.
I changed my mind because what he said was, it made a lot of sense because I remember the first time I saw porno and I saw a black guy's penis, I was like, I'm not like that.
Bro,
As I
this
got
dude
older, I
wild.
perfected my craft. I've never had a problem with women. It has nothing to do with the penis. It's all about, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. You just love a woman, you embrace each other, and it's just, I've never had a problem with a woman since then.
I think for younger guys, this is the concern that I'm realizing is like, maybe if these discussions were more open about size and whatever,
I mean,
and
yeah,
that
but
really
like,
over
ain't nobody trying to talk about it, though.
time it all becomes okay and it's fine, maybe that would help a lot.
Look. Yes, but if a girl's like, oh, you're a man, you should pay for the first date, bro, that's gonna make me not want to pay for it. Like, I'm gonna pay for it because I think I should. But like, if you're like, oh, you're a man, like, bro, then I'm gonna be like, bro, pay your half. Like, just don't sound so disrespectful about it. That's what I think.
3, 2, 1, go.
Another 52.
I like the way the old school ways work. They did work, we just messed it up.
so that's important to you to like take that leadership role to be,
Tradition.
to be like the breadwinner.
I'm the caretaker of society. I don't even like saying it this way. Once you give the woman the power, then you just demasculated yourself. I want to stick to what's made me happy. And my grandparents, my parents, I'm just going to stick with it because it works. It's not perfect, but it works.
I see where he's coming from, but like, I mean, I see where he's coming from. I don't know.
Be a man, plain and simple.
I think, I don't know.
You see that, like, what does me not paying for the first date have anything to do with me being a man? Like, I feel like that's two completely different things. That's when it starts to get, like, stupid. It's like being a man does not mean paying for the first date. Like, what?
I think we're just getting in dangerous territory when we start talking about chivalry. At the end of the day, it's like, yo, baby, if you want to pay for this, like, there is no hierarchy here. Like, if you want to pay for this, pay for this. And maybe next time I'm like, I just got a check, so I'll pay for it.
Wasn't this the first meal, though? You
Yeah,
said?
the first one.
Okay. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
What does it matter
That's true. That's
if,
true.
if it's a girl or a guy? It's 2019, and your logic shouldn't be, like, no disrespect, like, oh, because my grandpa did it and it worked for him, then it works for me. If she's not gonna date me that second time because I didn't pay for her, I think I dodged a bullet.
Exactly. That's what I think. So I see both sides. You want to be a gentleman and pay for this thing, but like, if you're gonna leave me because I didn't pay for the first date, bro, you can skedaddle. Like,
The Me Too movement.
what is that? I've never heard of that.
1, go.
Be real. Be real.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
At first, when I saw it, and talking to my friends, and family, a lot of people in the South, they're like, these women should have spoke up a long time ago. And then I had to step aside and really process it for myself and be like,
Oh,
you know
I know
what?
what it is. I know
She
what it
didn't
is.
feel comfortable, and she wasn't in a society.
Okay, now that I know what it is, I feel like, but you can't, it depends on how long. I understand you might not be ready to talk about that kind of stuff, but dude, you can't wait 20 years after it's happened and be like, oh yeah, me too, guys, me too. What? I feel like after that long, it's I don't know. That's a weird subject. I don't know.
In a place where it was acceptable for her to say anything about it. So now that they have the platform and the ability, I'm like, that's amazing. Speak your truth.
What do you tell a child who is accused of rape by a woman, has his whole life destroyed, and then people just go,
There's always going to be people that take advantage of it.
There are people who've just been accused of stuff like that, and it destroys their whole career, their whole everything. So it's to be 20 years down the line and just be like, I don't know.
It's not going to be perfect. We're figuring it out as we go, but I think it's done more good than it's done bad.
I think we get to acknowledge the bad though. I think
of course.
That's why I'm doing this thing is for us to say oh, he did that to me, and all of a sudden now we've vindicated that guy is vilified. There is no chance of him having a say in the conversation.
Trial
we get to
by
have a
mob
conversation
is
every
not
time.
good. This mob mentality is bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that, but I don't think that's exclusive to the Me Too movement.
But we're using it right now to say, oh, that person is bad. Oh, fuck that person. There's no further conversations being happening. If it's a movement to say, yes, okay, this hierarchy we've created of men and women, which is a result of the way men are expected to act, that women are expected to act. Let's have those conversations and everything changes, and I'll be over there all fucking day.
Toxic masculinity is overblown. 3,
Wait, let me think. I think so. I absolutely think so. Cause dudes will be trying to do something let me hear what they say first.
2, 1, go.
Overblown.
Wait,
I gotta hear what they say before I get my piece.
Overblown. What
can you use a different word?
Yeah.
oh, that's the exact right word.
Yeah, I think I just somewhat agree that it's blown out of proportion because I think what happens with social media is a group of people coin a term and now we're all painted by it.
We are not in a post, I don't know, rape culture world, women are being catcalled every day. And so men are still, I think, seen or experienced as a predatory presence to women. So that's why I just don't think it's overblown. I think it's new.
If we were good men, there wouldn't be feminists, they wouldn't be attacking us, they wouldn't be hating us. You have a lot of guys who don't want to commit to marriage. You have a lot of guys who catcall. So yes, men have become toxic. And once again, I have to be consistent with all my beliefs and all my morals. I'm very traditional.
I see what you're saying, but the way you're framing it, this word moral is kind of
We don't know what that is anymore though. That's
it's
the
it
problem.
sounds like you're saying it's men's job to be the moral compass of society.
It is.
I think it's everyone's job.
It's everybody's, but if men want to coin themselves as the leaders, you have to hold up to the good and the bad.
That's part of the problem, though. That's what I think toxic masculinity, it's putting too much pressure on yourself. I mean, it's very obvious that we're grappling with the history and the damage of what a world completely run by men does to us. That's why I think we're talking about toxic masculinity.
I don't know. I don't have much to say about that one.
Showing my emotions.
No, because you get fucking roasted when you do, obviously.
It's been harped upon me for years that showing my emotions were bad. And me trying not to be gay, I'm no, I don't want to show these emotions because I'm not gay. I can't be gay. I'm not supposed to be gay. The church tells me, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, everybody's telling me I'm not supposed to be gay. So just understanding that at 25, now 26, I'm over here like, okay, like, oh, you're insecure. Okay, that's what that feels like. Oh, you're sad. That's what that feels like. I can now be aware of those things, but to show them to other people right now is like really hard for me.
I do feel like I'm very verbally like about my emotions with my wife, but I wouldn't agree completely because I'm not like that with anyone else. I mean, I just failed a college class and I was crying about it to my wife, but no one else at school saw me cry, you know?
Yeah,
I
like that,
specifically
like
texted
with
my
people you're
wife.
close with, yeah, but like, bro, you don't take that like to the internet or to people you don't know that well because they just gonna clown you.
Sure the kids are asleep by the time I come home because I just knew I was gonna be like, as soon as I stepped through that threshold to my house, I was just gonna let go and I didn't want them to see that. But like the next day I sat down and I had that conversation with them. Like, hey, I just wanna let you guys know, you know, your dad didn't pass this class. And they're like, oh, are you okay? And I'm
Next
like, yeah,
time,
of course.
You
You know,
just
like,
cry in front of your kids, man. I remember like seeing my dad cry for the first time when his mom died. And I remember like imprinting that in my mind as like, wow, you know, like my dad can be upset. And that was like an important thing to witness.
It's reality, emotion.
Yeah, it's real.
I was raised by two parents that I never ever saw cry. The effect that that had on me was by the time one of them passed away very suddenly, I didn't really seem to be affected at all. So I've actually had to do a lot of therapy on that. This thing about masculinity not being able to show your emotions is very bad. It puts us backwards in society, and we need to be thinking about how to tap into our emotions in a healthy way together.
Thank you for saying in your truth, bro.
All right,
Thank you. Great job, man.
all right.
Nice hearing from
From you.
All right, I gotta be honest.
Well, there you go. Another video. That one's a little bit better. The other one, bro, them girls was weird on the last one. But all right, like, subscribe, do all that later.